Hi, welcome to my podcast or show. I don't know what this is going to be. I just got started. That's the motto right now. I just know that I need to use my voice and I want to do something creatively to express it. And I don't want to niche it down. I don't want to say that it has to be the certain way, it has to look a certain way because I'm always changing and exploring. I just want to be open minded to life and whatever kind of is vibing with me and is working for me, I will go with that until life guides me in a different direction. This is my second take, and I want it to be as authentic as possible. So I just wanted to hop on camera and express the ideas that are currently on my mind without thinking so much about it and trying to perfect it and write it down and have a script. Like, it's okay to do those things if it works for you, but I just want to be really free flowing, and whatever's kind of happening in my life that I feel is needed to be shared, I am going to do that. And I want to do that through a podcast channel and YouTube videos. So you might get different ideas, but not just from my perspective, from other people's perspectives as well. And we can all learn and grow from one another and just less judgment. So basically, I have been planning this podcast for a while. I was trying to come up with different names, like what would the topic be about? What can I share? Do I even know enough about that? I don't even know. Like, I just would get in my head about it and just wouldn't get it started. And I was like, Melanie, you just need to start. You got a camera, just invest in yourself for certain things. And investment is your time, your energy, your belief, not just money. Like, yeah, I bought this microphone and a ring light for like $50 or so, and the microphone was super cheap that it's reflecting its price. So I'm going to upgrade this eventually. But this is a good start, and we're just trying it out and learning as the process goes along. And I don't want to pretend like I know it all because I don't. I'm in the school of life. We all are, right? Basically, this podcast, I want you to remain open minded to different ideas and mindsets, and not just from me, from the whole world. So I am here, and I'm in my boyfriend's mom's living room, and she's such a beautiful space. I'm so grateful to be here. So shout out to her, shout out to my boyfriend, you rock. And shout out to myself. You gotta shout yourself out because it took a long time for me to sit in front of a camera, and I've tried many times before, and I've put boundaries or limitations on myself, and even though I knew there was so much more potential to myself. So cheers to that, Melanie. We got a green drink here, raw dehydrated food. So I got to drink this quick because it's the most nutrient dense for like the first 20 minutes after you pour water into it. And I mixed it with chocolate oat milk, so it actually tastes really good, and it doesn't taste bad as it looks. Mm, that's some good shiz. I'm getting my daily nutrients, and we live in a food desert where there's no nutrients in our food here in Canada and America. So this is completely organic. So I'm getting my daily recommended nutrition and more. And I'm not always consistent with it, but I try my best. And that's one thing I like to commit to is my health. Also, I don't want to set any expectations for myself with this podcast and timing because life goes in waves. So sometimes I might need more time for myself and I take some time away from posting regularly, but I'm going to try to be consistent with it even through the hard stuff and talk about those things that I'm going through. But just trusting myself when I know that I need some time for myself and God. You know, we all need that, and we don't need to follow this structure just like how society is run. Just do what feels right to you, even if it makes you stand out from the crowd, even if it makes your heritage look different from what they have known, because we are adapting to the environment and the people around us. And the other day I went to this workshop. My friend Julia, she did a workshop on identity, and she's a stylist. So looking at how do you dress, but really we went into the topic of identity and culture, and she asked us one of these questions. I forget what the question was, but basically it had to do with how do you identify with your culture. And I said, I feel like my culture is always changing and adapting to the to what I bring myself around. And for a long time, it was a Portuguese culture because that's what I grew up with. And shout out to my Portuguese heritage. I will shout out my culture and many other cultures and countries and life experiences on this podcast because I want to show all the similarities that each culture has in common. So definitely look forward to having people interviewed and just like my everyday life. Like I'm going out in the world and interacting with the world. So I want to hear perspectives from all walks of life with no judgment and curiosity to learn about one another. So I hope you are curious as well. So you might notice that there could be a name on this podcast, or maybe there isn't quite a name on this podcast yet. But for the longest time, I was thinking about naming it RISE and having it as an acronym for different things. So RISE with Melanie Cordero, and the R would be restore or re. I have it written down. See, I can't even remember. That's how like meh I felt about it. And like it sets this expectation of like rise with Melanie Cordero. It's like I'm not always on the rise. Sometimes I'm stagnant and chilling out in one level and just taking a break, taking it slow with God. And sometimes you're on the opposite side of the rise. And that's all a part of it. So I didn't want to put that expectation on me. And I really wanted to reflect the yin and yang in life, the good and the bad, but it's all needed together. So rise, the R stands for redefine. So redefine who you are, redefine your ideas of how you see the world. And then the I stands for invest. Invest in yourself, time, energy, money, belief. Like I mentioned before, invest and just take a chance on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm actually taking a course right now to learn about money and financial literacy here in Canada. So I do want to teach what I'm learning and have other people also share their ideas and what works for them so you can make the best decision for yourself. Collect as much knowledge as you can and try new things as well because you're not going to know if you don't try. So you got to put yourself out there to be open minded, okay? We got S for inside of Rise. S stands for self development. So this was something I kind of wanted to embody in myself and also maybe show the world how you could also choose to self develop in whatever area of your life. Like it's very versatile and I'm going to keep it flexible. And the E stands for empower. Empower yourself, empower the world. We all need a friend, we all need a supporter, and we all need each other. So I want to empower you, and I believe in you. And I know I'm just talking to a phone right now, and I don't know who's watching this, but like, connect, reach out to me. And I think there's a lot of people out there that is willing to lend a hand. I just want to send out a message to believe in yourself no matter what you go through in life because anything is possible and things are always changing for the better. We don't have to think that it's changing for the worse. Start to believe that it can change for the better. And it's happening to you for a reason. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet for my first episode, but it's not actually going to be called The Rise with Melanie Cordero. Like I was mentioning, it just didn't sit well. I'm like, it puts too much, it puts you in a box for what you believe is going to come out of it when I want it to be very open and versatile. And who knows? Like, I don't know what tomorrow holds. So I don't want to set expectation because when you can believe that God is taking you on your path and He's showing you the way every day. Like, yeah, you set plans out and you go in a direction that you want. That's cool. But if something doesn't work out for you, don't say, like, like, why is this happening to me? It's happening for you, okay? Everything always works out for you. So I am thinking about naming the channel Everything Under the Sun, Moon, and Stars. The sun and the moon are kind of cohesive together, like the yin and the yang. The sun, the light, the moon, the dark, it's all needed. It's all necessary. And just everything in between, like the stars. And there's something I like to remind others of is We're all stars. We're all uniquely here to be lit up and shine. So I'm taking a chance on myself to shine and trust that I'm being guided to share my voice. And it's a long time coming. Tell me what you think about everything under the sun, moon, and stars, or just like naming it myself, because it's just like, let's go on an adventure with me and the world I connect with. I, I'm not niching down because I am multiple things. And you don't have to niche down and be known to be just one thing in your life. Explore life. Like you can do multiple things and get paid for it. And maybe you need to do multiple things to find that one thing that gives you passion and ignites you. But it doesn't mean that you limit yourself to one way of being. Some people could be like, "Oh, I'm a mother and a wife." You're more than that. You're funny. You're artistic. You're caring. There's so many things that you can name someone, right? So think of positive things that you can name yourself. So to end things on a fun note, I was just called to bring up my oracle deck, and I feel like at the end of some of these episodes, I feel like I should pull a card because I like to do that sometimes because I believe everything is happening for a reason and there's a message in everything. So if you're here right now, you're here for a reason, and I hope that you've gotten a message out of this video that can inspire you or inspire someone else. So let's pull a card real quick. We got some crystals here. We got a clear quartz, and it's shaped in like a heart. It's so cute. You can't see it. Should I come up to the camera? I don't know if you can see that. So that's a nice little clear quartz. And then we got this like nice ball. I don't know what it is, but it's purpley, white, and green, and kind of bluish. And then we got this blue one here too. So that's like the chakras I like to connect with right now is like my crown, my third eye, my throat, my heart, and I'm just allowing myself to be expressive, authentic, and use my voice and not put so much judgment and pressure on myself to be perfect because before I was just thinking about it too much when I just need to get started and see where it takes me because I might do something that I don't like and then I learn from that and pivot. Okay, that's the whole point of this. So I just want to have you take along, and I can't tell you when the next episode might be, but let's try to aim for like 2 episodes a month. Let's try to do that. So we'll see when I see you next and what that video entails. Maybe you'll get more, maybe you'll get less. Who knows? But nonetheless, thanks for tagging along. You're here, I'm here, and shout out to all of you guys. Let's pull a card. I'm talking too much again. Let's just get one card. Dear angels, what message do they need to hear besides the beautiful message that I just said? Is there a message that the collective needs to hear or that I need to hear at this time? All right. This card says, "Facing my shadow removes darkness from the world." So there's things that I want to share on here that might not be of the light as well. And it's about being authentic, being real, and being pure with all your intentions. And it takes courage to speak up about those things. And I just want to have no judgment. That's what I pray for. I mean, I guess me talking about it kind of brings it in, but in some sense, I just want to empower you to just not focus on what people think about you and just trust in yourself and just go day by day. Raise Your Vibration Oracle by Kyle Gray. It's really good. I have affirmations written all over them, and I just post them up in my room, and it's a good reminder to look at every day, like when it's something so positive. And I feel like I no longer need to have that validated and just know it inside of me. So it's a cool thing to do when you're trying to get somewhere and you're trying to believe in a thought. That's why I love these cards so much because it really helped me on my path to believe in myself again. And I think affirmations and what you speak is so important and it casts spells. So what you speak about comes about. So be careful what you wish for, be careful what you say, and speak love and light into the world, into others, into yourself. That's the goal. We try our best and we try to stay conscious of what it is that we are doing day to day and have some fun as well. We're here to have fun and find a balance between what we're leaving, what we're growing out of, and what we want to become, and finding our center. So have fun. Thanks for tuning in to my first podcast. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, check out the YouTube video. We're just chilling in a pretty living room, and we're really colorful, sitting on our couch. And yeah, the next episode we might be on the road. We might be moving around and talking to people. I don't know what the next episode might hold, but you have to stay tuned, subscribe, so you can stay in tuned with what's to come. All right, well, thank you so much. See you next time.